Joko Joko. Boy. Ata. Oi. Merci.
Arunia da hako do sota kono miri yalon ko feyata isi fana ma ko ne balo mam bata abake aka do ko feyande.
It's been 6 months since we returned from Senegal, and our lasting contribution to the village was the well.
Marsasiya balo ko leata de paskiya do ko ni man do ko ke ita do mala.
4 women accompanied me to the Casamance in southern Senegal, where we financed and participated in the building of a well. I wanted to document the experience. There was Child, the video journalist. Patricia, an entrepreneur who leads group meetings to help empower women and their businesses. Celia, a writer and author of books.
This reminds us of is how hard all the beginnings were, and our beginnings were this hard.
Maria, a radio personality.
Water out of the well, so it's like putting the finger in the dike.
And I, Linda Rivero, founder of Women Travel for Peace.
I have a business called International Purpose. In doing this work, we use a format called Purposeful Business Circles. And the circles are a way to gather together groups of individuals that are really looking to expand themselves and expand their work in a way that makes a greater difference in the marketplace and gives them a better return. We took this concept to Senegal in a way that would help them begin to talk about themselves more in terms of their life and their work.
Sao tembo kono ni nata e kasalle ye sima yela
Bimbe dami fiong min diatani ko soto balia baw bimbe dami nkaduwangi na fonse jata kende ya soto ite boru bote soto la ni si jara mun ni botanan do ko lete boru soto bata beka sa beka bor tembo ndi musol bembulu imang futu bi tol faw dunta marché gel ni nate ku candilla ya wafi. We
had 2 circles, so we gathered with the women twice during our time there. First sat down with them, we asked everyone to say their name. And we went around and everyone said their name. And I remember a couple times, a couple of the women laughing in the process, because I don't think they often get to do that. To really say their name in front of everyone. And we heard from them in terms of, their hardships, in terms of their needs, in terms of what else would help them, what might be a next step to move them forward. But I think the circles both showed, how we as women have many similar needs.
Women of Marsassoum in southern Senegal had decided, with Linda Rivero, Maestra of Women Travel for Peace, that of all the things they needed, a well would top their list. Marsassoum as a whole had about 12,000 people, but we were working in a corner of it with a mere fraction of the women there. And it was the beauty of the women in their demeanor, in their expressions, and in their attire that floored us. They are luscious looking, even in the fields. I was sitting across from a stunning pregnant woman whose placid face convinced me it was so finely symmetrical that I knew Picasso would have painted her. Her name was Sosna Cisne. Before we left, we had found out that she had an older son, had lost one child, and had no husband. The man she claimed to be the father of all her children denied it, though she said the children looked just like him. He refused to give her a penny. Her own father had disowned her. He allowed her to live in the house, but refused to speak to her or eat with her, and forbade her to work. After the interview that our women did with her, all three translators had begun to weep. When we got back from Senegal, we found out that she had miscarried twins.
Yo nata na mbondi yendi yelmandi ngaki dimbaya dal ha pour nga ala dani fo ala si kilin dinna yo nata birin mo ke doro après nata kamba kono so dinki dinno kamba ndimo fo fele so kon.
While I was podcasting, I was moved by each woman's individual experience and their struggles, but the commonality amongst them all was that they wanted to provide for their families. And Fatou in particular had tried to get pregnant. She lost 6 babies, and ironically, around a well, she did this dance, and it was for fertility, and she was able to conceive and carry a child to term. And now that Fatou has her baby, of course, her main desire is to provide for that child, just like the other women of the village, and what this well is going to be doing is allowing them to have crops year-round, and it's going to allow them to put food on the table unlike they've ever had before.
The women of the village are tired. All their lives, they've been getting up at 5 in the morning, making breakfast for their families, and they're in the fields by 7 o'clock in the morning. And they stay there under the African sun until 7, 8 o'clock at night. Now, with access to water in a good well, year-round, they can stay till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And for them to have a little bit of time when maybe they can sit down before they have to start making dinner and start cleaning up and start with evening prayers makes a huge difference to them. We women who travel have the opportunity and the means to help our sisters in need around the world and to enrich our own lives in the process. We welcome you to join us, the Women Who Travel for Peace.